Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are just gonna rapid fire go through all of my all-time favorite books. So first up, I'm gonna go through some of my all-time favorite middle grade books. There really is gonna be no order to this, honestly, but I wanna start with the middle grade books. I have a couple. I think I only have like maybe 3 or 4. So first up, I have the Little House on the Prairie series, the entire series, all of them. I didn't want to pull them all out though. But yeah, this is one of the first series that I ever read. I actually got this illustrated copy, this colorized illustrated copy from my Aunt Sarah, so shout out to her. She got me this, I don't remember when, but I was really little, and this was one of the first books that I actually read when I was younger, and I remember my mom reading this series to me, so I've reread it a couple times. But I definitely recommend this if you like middle grade. Next up, I have the Warrior series by Erin Hunter, and this book I read recently at my sister's recommendation. I cannot believe I have never read these before, because this book series was like the book series when I was in middle school. If you like cats and you like just fun middle grade whimsical with fun characters, I definitely recommend this series. Next up, I have the book series that got me into reading when I was about 11 years old. I've always been into reading, but I went through this phase when I was younger where I just kind of stopped. But when I was 11, it was when I really picked up again. And that is, sorry, my cat is being annoying. Everyone say hello to Mouse. Mouse, can you say hello? You say hello? He's usually really talkative, but not today, I guess. And back to what I was saying, though. Percy Jackson. Anything Percy Jackson. Anything by Rick Riordan, honestly, is so good. But that book series literally reignited my love for reading. And I recommend it to almost everyone, especially people who like Greek mythology. If you like Greek mythology, read these books. Like, top tier. Then I have the Green Ember series by S.D. Smith, I think the author is. I'm gonna put all the books that I don't have with me or I didn't feel like pulling out of the shelves are gonna be here next to me. So if I say the author's name wrong, please don't be mad at me, but the correct author will be in the cover picture. So next up, I'm just gonna be going into the basic books that I own and a couple that I don't own, but these really have no rhyme or reason to them. They're just how they are stacked in front of me. I did put my top favorite at the top, so there is that. But I'm gonna start with the books that I don't have with me. So first up, for books in the category of I don't own them or I didn't feel like pulling them out, is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. That book I just read like a week ago, but it's automatically been placed onto this list of books that I will never stop recommending. And if you like books that are like about writing and war with a little bit of politics sprinkled in, I definitely recommend this book series. I still haven't read the second one yet, which is Ruthless Vows. So I haven't read the second one yet, but I'm going to very soon because that's how much I love the first one, and it ended on such a cliffhanger. It made me want to be a investigative journalist. Is the way words. It was just so stinking good. Next up, I have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, and that book, I actually listened to the audiobook for this book. And I really enjoyed it. It was so stinking good. This was one of the books on the list that I actually rated 5 stars. I just recommend this book. If you like rom-coms, just read this book. That's all I really have to say. Just read this book. Next up, I have Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. I read this book in the summer, I believe, and I remember just really enjoying it. I had a blast the entire time. If you like cowboys and country music, read this book. That's all I really have to say. Like I said, these are going to be rapid fire, so just read this book. That's all I have to say. Small town romance. Next up, I have Water for Elephants. And this book I actually read for one of my first YouTube videos, actually. The one where I read library books for a week. And I remember just really enjoying that book. It made me cry. It made me laugh. It was such a good story. It had a good found family aspect, which I absolutely adore. I love found family. And yeah, I recommend this book if you like books with a good found family aspect in them. Then I have If Cats Disappeared from the World, and I'm not familiar with the author's name right now. It's not coming to me, but it'll be in this picture. And I know that even if I could remember the author's name, I would not be able to pronounce it. So there is that. Yeah, that book was so good. I actually got this book because my husband and I were at Barnes and I told him to just pick me out a random book from the literary fiction section, and he saw that one, and that's the one that he picked. So if you like magical realism, if you liked If Before the Coffee Gets Cold, if you like cats, I definitely recommend this one. It was so cute. It was a fun little slice of life. It was just so good. So next up, I'm going to go through my mangas and graphic novels. I don't have a lot for this category, but these are just the ones that I can think of. So first up, I have Fruits Basket. And this book I've said multiple times on my channel, this series, multiple times. Comfort series. Love this series. If you like a fun little another found family, I definitely recommend this manga series. It is so freaking good. I also recommend the anime. It is on Hulu. So read the manga, watch the show. I don't care. Just consume Fruits Basket media is all I have to say for you. Next up, I have Spy Family. This book I really enjoyed. I've only read this one of the manga series. I haven't read the rest of the series yet, but I did watch the anime and I really enjoyed it. It was so cute. I loved the little girl whose name I can't remember right now. I think it's Anya. But yeah, she was so sweet and adorable. And the fact that she could read minds was just so cute. Just the whole thing everything about this is just so cute. So I definitely recommend this one. So I actually only have one graphic novel. I know I said graphic novels when I was like introducing you guys into this category, but I only have one. And that is The Girl from the Sea by Molly Knox Ostertag. And this one I read in June or July, but I wanted to read it for like what happens in June or July. It's a sapphic, little fun young adult romance about a girl and a kelpie, a selkie. But anyways, it was really cute. I definitely recommend this one. So the next category I have isn't really a category at all. It's just the rest of the books that are on this list. It's kind of just going to be a random rundown. And these are all books that I own and pulled off my shelves. There's a couple series in here. Some of the series, I did not pull out all the books of the series. Some of them I did. But yeah, we're just going to do a quick little rapid fire run through for these. And I'm very excited to show you guys. I'm saving something really special for the last. My all-time favorite book series ever is going to be last. So if you guys want to know what my all-time favorite book series is, you have to watch the whole video. So first up for this, I have The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I read this for my band book club recently, but I've read it multiple times before. And if you like books that are like coming of age, this like follows a young boy through his high school years, and it's just really good. I recommend this book if you are on the older side. It was banned in most schools for younger kids, and I can kind of see why, just because of the topics. So check trigger warnings before you read this one if you feel like you may not be able to stomach stuff like that. It's just he's a boy, he's in high school, he's struggling with PTSD, so a lot happens, but it's really good, and I definitely recommend it. Next up, I have Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I love this book so much. I feel like a lot of people don't, just because it's a slow read, because it's a classic, but Jane Austen is the queen of English literature, in my opinion. and I will always, always, always recommend this book. If you are being introduced into classics, I recommend this one. It's really not that hard of a read. Anything by Jane Austen, honestly, like Sense and Sensibility, Emma, Mansfield Park, anything by Jane Austen's amazing. But Pride and Prejudice is top tier. Mr. Darcy is like the OG book boyfriend, and that's all I have to say. Next up, I have My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. And look at this cover, you guys. Look at this cover. That was why I picked it up. It looks like a VHS tape, and it is just so cool. It gives Stranger Things. It is set in the 80s, and it's a gorgeous story of friendship, and it's just so good. It's just so, so good. I definitely recommend this one. It's a horror, so keep that in mind if you are debating picking it up. But it's not too scary. It more focuses on the friendship aspect of the book. So next up, I have a memoir. I try to be a little diverse with this just so I have something for everybody, and that is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I grew up watching her on Nickelodeon. I loved iCarly. I loved Sam and Cat. But yeah, I definitely recommend this one. It was so funny. It was sad. It was fast paced. It was written like a story. So it wasn't like, let's say you don't really like nonfiction, but you would like to try nonfiction. I recommend this one because she's such an amazing writer. It's not boring like some memoirs are. So I definitely recommend this one. These next two recommendations are going to cause some controversy, and I'm sorry, but I love them too much to not recommend them. And that is It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. Fight me. I don't care. I love her. Y'all can hate her till the day you die, but I'm always gonna love her. Yeah. This is a romance. I'm not gonna go too much into it because I feel like everybody knows about these books already. I love these books so much. The movie was so good. I feel like the movie went into a little bit too much of detail that we didn't really need. But other than that, I love both of these so much. Do not fight me. Everyone's allowed to read whatever they want. That is what I have always said. So if I want to read Colleen Hoover and you guys think she's trashy, fine. I read trashy books then. I love her. I love a lot of her books, but It Ends With Us was the first one by her that I read, and I could not put it down. I was reading it while I was at work, and I got in trouble for it because I just literally could not put it down. So yeah, I recommend these. Next up, I didn't feel like pulling the whole series out, is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And I know this is like, oh my gosh, you're recommending the book. Everybody's already read that. I know, but I didn't read it until this year. So, I didn't feel like pulling out the whole series, but the second book is my favorite book in the series, which is A Court of Mist and Fury. But I definitely loved these books. Please read them. They are so good. They are not super politic heavy. They're not hard to read. The first one is a little slow, but stick with it. Stick with it is all I have to say. They're so good. So good. Next up, I have The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This is a historical fiction about World War II. And basically, it just follows this girl who is helping downed soldiers in France and her sister who's helping Jewish orphans find homes, safe homes during the war. So I definitely recommend this one. I read this one this year also. It is so sad. It is so good. This is my first Kristen Hanna book, but I've heard she's amazing. So honestly, I'm going to recommend everything by her. I haven't read anything else by her yet. So if you read a book that's not this by her and you hate it, don't come at me because I didn't read it yet. But yeah, I definitely recommend this one. So next up, drum roll. This is my all-time favorite book series. I did pull out the whole series for this. It took me forever to get out, but I did pull out the whole book series for this because I needed to, because I love the whole series so much. And that is, some people love it, some people hate it. I feel like I've never heard in-between reviews. But that is the Magnolia Park series by Jessa Hastings. These books are my babies. I annotated the last one. I want to reread the whole series and annotate them all, but this book series is my baby. I love it so much. Here's my actual baby. laying down. He just laid down by my feet and my tea. Please don't touch my tea. But yeah, I recommend this book series. It is Gossip Girl meets a lot of people say that, and a lot of people then come out and say it's not like Gossip Girl. What are you talking about? I think it's like Gossip Girl, so I don't care. But yeah, it's like Gossip Girl meets High Society London. It's about these kids, and it's got miscommunication, it's got problems, but it like the entire series is how they work through those problems and they figure it out, and I love it so much. And I will recommend these books. I will recommend Magnolia Parks till the day I die. If someone asks me what my favorite book is, I say Magnolia Parks. I got my mom to read this, I got my mother-in-law to read this, and my mother-in-law doesn't read very often. So the fact she read the entire series and she loved them as well. My mom didn't like them, but that's fine. But yeah, I recommend these books. Please read them and let me know what you think. Please let me know down below if you have read any of these books. Please recommend me your favorite book. The emoji of the day is a cat emoji. If you made it this far, it'll be this specific cat emoji. Drop that in the comments along with your favorite book and if you have read any of these books. And if you enjoyed them, if you hated them. If you hated them, that's fine. Just don't bash me for liking them. I don't care if you hated them. I love them. But I will accept critiques because sometimes I agree with critiques. So, but yeah, you guys, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications. That helps out a lot. Love you guys. Bye.